don't lose yourself. Hi and welcome to T's World. Today is the third episode of what you should know before medical school. Obligatory introductions. Hi, I'm T. I'm a fourth year student studying medicine at the University of New South Wales or UNSW. Today is the third part of this series. The gist of this video in one sentence is to try and have an identity outside of medicine. So now I'll delve a little bit deeper into what I mean. When you get your offer into medical school, you are now a medical student. Speaking from my experience, it's a very different, there's a lot of scope to do things and a lot of new people you're going to meet. The environment and the culture, at least for me, was very different to what I was used to. It's basically like a whole new world. The thing about the medicine world, for me at least, is that it had a very big scope and it's very easy to kind of get lost. 6 months later, you might look at yourself and go, who am I besides the fact that I'm a medical student? Now, I forgot my microphone. I'll be back. I knew I was missing something. Okay, I'm back. This makes the whole experience so much more fun. For me at least, I found it very easy to get lost in this new novel world, but that might not be the case for you. Overall, the main point I'm trying to make here is even though you are a medical student, try and have an identity outside of medicine. Okay, this sounds like a very easy concept, but yeah, like I was saying, for me, I just got lost in it. And like, you don't have to have an identity outside of medicine if you don't want to. For some people who are like really passionate about medicine, their whole life has already been medicine, or like they've known from day one that they really want to be like deep into this world and this culture, like that's completely fine. But my recommendation is try and have an identity outside of medicine. Otherwise you risk losing your sense of identity as a person. It just started to rain. There's no way I can record whilst it... Okay, it stopped raining. So no. I don't know if I should wait it out because it's going to be a big pain to edit this if there's rain in the background. It just got louder. It's been like 30 seconds and it's still raining, so I'm going to take a break and I will come back hopefully when it stops raining. Bye-bye. Okay, the rain stopped for like 2 seconds, so we are back on. As I was saying, you risk losing your sense of identity and who you are as a person. At least that's what I felt happened to me. COVID was also a factor, I suppose, but yeah, I just got lost and I kind of felt like I didn't have time for my hobbies, so I dropped all of them, including like piano and music, which was a hobby I had had throughout high school, and that grounded me. After I realized I had lost all my hobbies, I just like, self-reflected and I was like, you know what? I need to find a new hobby. Honestly, it sounds kind of pretentious, but I was like, I need a new hobby that will keep me grounded in reality. So I chose to start making YouTube videos and video editing because it took a long time, which was good because it allowed me to use up a good chunk of time when I was on holidays, which is good. So my message is, if you find yourself starting to lose or even outgrow hobbies, that's okay. I would advise you to try and find new ones to replace them. So like I was saying, another thing that kind of has to do with the medicine world is that you'll meet a lot of people in med, which is cool. Something I do now, which I think is good, is that most, if not all of my friends are outside of medicine. So it keeps me quite grounded and they give me a new perspective on life and also a new perspective outside of medicine. But again, just do whatever you feel comfortable with. Just do whatever you vibe with. We're all different people. We like different things. So it's completely fine if you disagree. I would tell my past self to try and have and keep non-med friends because again, they do give you a new perspective on things. Yes, I think that's easier said than done though, because obviously moving on after graduating, you're gonna most likely be in the hospital system and you might not have that much time outside of it. So it's gonna be a lot harder to keep in touch with non-med friends. But I'm not at that stage yet. So see how things go, but hopefully they stay okay. Overall, today's point was just about trying to have an identity outside of medicine, and that it's okay if you want your identity to fully be about medicine. That's fine as well. Just do whatever floats your boat. But for me, I needed both people and hobbies that were outside of medicine to keep me grounded because I like diversity in my life, and I think like having a life that's like 100% medicine is pretty difficult. But again, you may be different, so it's fine. Something else is that now that you're in the medicine world, this may not happen to you, but it happened to me. You may find yourself talking about med like constantly or a lot, especially to your non-med friends, and you might not be aware of it. So this is your sign to be aware of it, or at least to try and like to keep an eye and an ear out. And also you might find yourself relating less to them, which is not necessarily a good or bad thing. It's just the way it is. I found that after like I went into med school for a few years, I feel like 70% of my brain is just occupied with like med related stuff and like med jokes. I'm trying to think of what to say, but I can't really think. I think so far I've sounded pretty negative about this. I'm gonna add something positive in. A good thing about being part of the medicine world is certain professions or certain people who used to be like quite like far away from you, or like you felt like you couldn't relate to, now you can relate to a lot more. The GP, just like people in the health profession. It's pretty cool to be able to like talk to them. It's a lot more fun and it's a lot more chill in my opinions. Another cool thing about just studying medicine in general is now like you can actually talk to patients. If you do have time, try and like listen to them, listen to their stories as well. Everyone I've interacted with in this world, whether it be patients or like healthcare professionals, they all have very interesting stories. So it's been like a privilege to just kind of listen to them and hear about their experiences. My final point in relation to this is that obviously because you're part of a new world, the transition might be a bit turbulent, might be a bit tumultuous. Yeah, because medicine is a new world to some of you, the transition might be a bit turbulent and you might find yourself questioning whether you deserve to be here, you know, a little bit of imposter syndrome. You might find that things are very fast paced or chaotic. You might find that it's like moving from primary school to high school, from high school to uni. You were a big fish in a little pond. Now suddenly you're the smallest fish in a very, very, very big ecosystem. What I can say is overall, it's a very interesting world. Not everything is 100% positive, but there are a lot of opportunities and a lot of unique experiences in this world. So just keep your mind open, listen out for opportunities, enjoy the whole process of joining a new world. T's world. Today's video was about how you are now a medical student and you're now part of the medicine world. Whilst it is a very interesting and new world, make sure you don't lose yourself. Have some hobbies or have some people outside of medicine so that you can ensure that you have an identity outside of medicine. So like usual, like, comment, subscribe because it really helps the algorithm and it helps me in terms of being motivated. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye. I'll see you in the next video. Love, T.
What is going on?
I'm vlogging.
Hi.
Very cute.
Unsubscribe.
No, that's it.
No, that's definitely not making the cut.